Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be reviewing the Maison collection. It's a collection with chest of drawers, bedside tables, desks, modular cabinets, very flexible in terms of dimensions and materials. Let's dive in. I must admit there's not much to say about the Maison collection in terms of design, other than it's a very clean design with very well built structures. And I can tell you that, well, of course, the front is rather clean, as I said. You have this grip underneath, so you must consider that the more you go down, the less comfortable it is, the opening, because here I have the grip and here I have the last grip. I must consider this because an upper grip would be, well, of course it would alter, it would change the design, but in terms of comfort, it would be more comfortable to open, for example, from here than from down below, especially when I go down. All the panels are very well made, both in terms of thickness and in terms of craftsmanship. And I very much like the fact that here you have this very well made 45 degrees junction, so you don't see any unwanted line, both on, of course, on the top, but neither on the side. So as we said, we have multiple items. For example, we have the dressers. We just saw one which can be 90, 120 and 150. We can have the high chest of drawers, which can be 45 or 60 centimeters wide. Then we have the bedside tables, which can be 45 and 60 centimeters, either with one or two drawers. And then we have a whole family of modular cabinets with a wealth of widths available, because we have 45, 60, 90, 105, 120, 150, 165 and 180. And the nice thing about these units is that they can be used in multiple ways, because you can rest them on the floor, but you can also rest these items on top of items down below, or you can attach them onto the wall, and so you can create creative compositions. Another detail about these modular cabinets is that they are available in two heights, which are 19.5 and 29.5, and of course you have the matching panel from the Boiserie bed system collection, because here you have the 29.5 and you can see the same height on the panels, and here you have the 19.5 and you can see the same height for the panels. I'd like to point out, well, you know how I like to point out good things about the products we review, but here I must point out a negative aspect, because when I'm sitting on the bed, I pointed out the grip which is below the door it does serve, and here when I'm on the bed, if I want to open this door, I must lower my arm, and I must admit this is beautiful in terms of design, but not really convenient in terms of use. Let's talk about the accessories that we can have on the Maison cabinetry, and we could talk about full extension drawers. And for example, in kitchens, they are a standard since 20 years ago, and they are less of a standard in bedrooms, because I find it, for example, less important in comparison to the quality of the materials and the quality of the mechanism itself. Here, for example, the drawer itself has a very clean design, both the hidden rail underneath and both the finish and the texture of the inner drawer. Before seeing how full extension drawer works, I'd like to point out how in chest of drawers, the fronts on the wider versions are actually, you have a single front which covers two internal mechanisms, and this is made for two reasons. First of all, it's meant to give you a cleaner design, because you don't have the separation here, and also in comparison to a single drawer, which now I exaggerate the movement. A single drawer would move much more than this, because it would have one rail on the left and one rail on the side. Here it means that you have formally a single drawer, but it has a total of 4 rails, with 2 which are slightly above the middle, and so it means that the drawer itself, well, without exaggerating, you can perceive how the drawer is very stable. So going back to full extension drawers, you could perceive how if the drawer came out like this, you would have a better perception of, for example, your socks or panties that you have on the back of the drawer. Here in the showroom we can see how this chest of drawers is placed in the middle of the showroom, and here we have a stained glass right behind it. An interesting accessory is the possibility of having a specific panel to be placed against the back of the chest of drawers in order to place it in the middle of the room. It's not a frequent situation, but when you have this need, it's indeed very useful. And I also like to point out a different usage you could have. Typically you use drawers in the bedroom and doors in the living room, but I like it to use, for example, a sideboard in the middle of the room and place a television on top of it. And when you place a sideboard in the middle of the room, you need to find a solution to cover and finish the back of it. And, well, you could actually consider such a chest of drawers with a panel behind to be used as a TV stand in the living room or in the middle of a big bedroom. The materials available are where the Maison collection does shine, because you can have it in all sorts of materials. This is where it's really great in terms of flexibility. You can have laminates, you can have plain laminates, you can have texture laminates, you can have wooden laminates. The plain laminates, for example, you don't really perceive they are laminates, and you do perceive them as being lacquers, which they are not. And this is great because they are manufactured with a very advanced technological plant in the factory, and this is great. Then you have lacquers, you have matte lacquers, you have glossy lacquers, and even metallic lacquers with 25-30 colors each, very much flexibility. And then you have woods, real wood. This is oak, this is natural oak. I'm in love with this finish. I was a young interior designer when this light wood was really trendy and new. And I must admit, after 25 years, it's still updated, it's still fresh, because it never goes out of fashion. And I love it because it does give a value to the veneer itself of oak. It's very easy to combine with strong colors, so you could take the softer route of neutral colors and natural oak, or you could take a stronger route using accent colors, and this sort of wood goes well with cold accent color and warm accent color, so a great degree of flexibility even with one color of wood only. But then you have 7 colors of woods available on oak, and also you have the open pore lacquer. So I know that I'm boring pointing out all these different finishes, but this is what is great about the Maison collection. We described the grip before, and this is available in all the colors in the matte lacquer collection. This is Mocha Shine. So we've come to the end of today's product review about the Maison chest of drawer, bedside tables, cabinet collections for the bedroom. I hope that you like it, and see you next time.